Hi, this is Keisha Brody, CEO and founder of Alive, Always Living in Victory Enterprises, and I'm your winning grant writer. Today, I am here to talk with you about, is your organization the real deal? That's right. Before you hire a grant writer, before you submit your proposal, you want to make sure that your organization is the real deal. Okay, that's going to ensure that your grant writer can do the best possible job for you, and that's going to show funders that you are a worthy cause to invest in. So, let's jump in this mini course and find out what I mean by real deal. To be the real deal, you need to, one, have your documents. You need to document and you need to have your documents. What does that mean? That means you need to be documenting your success. You need to be gathering artifacts to tell your story. What have you done? What is working for your team? What testimonials do you have? Do you have social proof, pictures of you gathering, of you all doing the work that you all claim that you are doing? Do you have awards and press releases? You need to gather up the evidence because that tells a powerful story about what it is that you do. And then you need to make sure that you have all of your documents laid out. If you're a nonprofit, do you have your 501c3 forms? Are they up to date? Do you have your 990 forms from your tax records? Do you have the history of your organization? Okay, the inception and its development and what it has done. Is your board supporting you? Do you have a board of three or more and they have evidence that they are supporting your projects and your fundraising goals? And what about community support? Is there any, do you have any partners in the community who are working with you to achieve goals? Or do you have partners in the community who can attest to the need for your services? Do you have partners in the community who you can collaborate together on different projects? So, being the real deal requires first that you document and that you gather those documents. What else do you need? You need to ensure that you have funding. Yes, I understand that you are in need of funding, but funders want to invest in something that is that has evidence of being able to withstand the long run, to weather the storm. What evidence can you show for that? Do you have financial statements, end of the year financial statements? Do you have a projected budget? Do you have a vision of funding and how you're going to fund your program? Is that evident in some type of projected budget that shows the revenue that you're going to have coming in, including in-kind donation, other grants that you're applying for? If you have a fiscal sponsor, are there fundraising events that you plan on hosting? Are you using any type of crowdsourcing techniques? Do you have donors? Those things need to be outlined and listed, as well as a clear outline of your operational expenses and why those things are needed. Okay, what operational expenses do you have? What are your program expenses? What are your salary? And be sure to include your grant writer or your grant writing team as part of your budget. Okay, it's a myth that grant writers can just write themselves into a grant. Okay, that's not the case. You need to make sure that you can pay your grant writer, and then if you need additional services, if that grant will allow for you to uh, include funding for a grant manager or program manager, then you can write in those additional costs for your grant writer. But grant writing needs to be a part of your forethought. Okay, what you're planning on doing in your proposed budget. So you want to ensure that you have funding and a plan for it. Okay, the next thing, this slide looks pretty blank, right? Except for that target. And that's on purpose, okay? Because just as you can see that target clearly, that's how you need to aim. You need to focus on only one or two projects at a time in your grant proposal, okay? Um, do not try to save the world, although you may have a lot of interest. Okay. Funders want to see that you have a focus, okay, because they know that you can be successful in just a couple of things as opposed to trying to be successful in many things. Okay. So show that you have a clear focus as to who you want to serve, what it is that you want to do, and what you want to provide. Okay. And then finally, L, you need to list your program details, okay? From top to bottom, head to toe, A to Z, this is your business outline, okay? What is the need that you're trying to meet, okay? How are you trying to fill that need, okay? Who are you trying to serve? Who is doing what in trying to serve these individuals or this community? We need to know when, how often, when are things happening, what's happening, how often are they happening? How are you different from other organizations who may be trying to do the same thing? What makes you so unique? Okay, what's going to make you stand out? Okay, how will it be measured? Okay, at the onset, you need to be thinking about milestones that's going to show success, milestones of where you're going to stop and evaluate and assess. You need to think about what it is to be successful. What does success look like? Okay, describe that and describe how you are going to measure that success. And then you want to ensure that you explain how can your program be sustained over time. Hey, these things need to be clearly thought out. When you put all four of these things together, you present yourself as the real deal. Okay. And your grant writer is going to have ease at trying to lay out a winning proposal for you. And funders are going to look at your application, your proposal, uh, as one that stands out from among the rest. Okay, so that is your mini course on what it takes to be the real deal. Now, you can get a link of the free real deal quick guide by clicking on the link below that you see here. If you like more of this type of information, like and follow me on Facebook to get more tips and information about grant readiness at Always Living in Victory Enterprises. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. I am Keisha Brody Alive. Or book an appointment with me and let's meet and greet and talk about your funding needs and how we at Alive can help to serve you. If you are interested in a full real deal course where you get to work with a grant writer on compiling and creating some of those documents that were outlined ahead in this course, be sure to email me and be sure to respond to the form for your free real deal quick guide so that you can get updated as to our lengthier course. You will be sure to enjoy it and you will be sure to leave out of that course being the real deal. Thank you. And until next time, be sure to walk in victory.